Hey everybody, so I'm gonna like respond to this article because I was bored. When I'm bored in my room, I'm always be like, I'm gonna search up questions on YouTube, not YouTube, sorry, questions on Google to like kind of like ask myself what am I supposed to talk about myself, because honestly I don't really have an inner voice that much, so I'm like really bored, and then I go on articles, and then like I would like, you know, and I stumbled upon this article, and it's self-discovery questions, and I was kind of talking to myself late one night because I was like, I don't know if it was like being manic or something, because I love to talk to myself, like literally talk without a camera. I'm like, I'll open an article, I'm just gonna answer these questions on my own. So it's like, I don't know, but it's what I do when I'm alone. But I thought I would share you guys this. And okay, so one of the first questions is called, "What are three of my most cherished personal values?" I honestly need improve for this. It just sucks because I don't know what to really tell. I think I like someone who's loyal. I like someone who's, oh my god, caring. I'm seriously describing myself though. But honestly, I'm not really loyal because I feel like I do drop people because we just don't get along. But yeah, I'm loyal. Like I think if you're my friend that is here for years, and you and I don't really like disagree or fight, or you don't offend me, I'll stay. So loyal, caring, and I feel like I'm very passionate. Number two, what is my purpose in life? Purpose in life is always about nihilism. I think that's my purpose. Like nothing matters. If I have intense emotions, after a while, I really hope it'll come down because I get really angry and I have meltdown. So it's a thing for me alone in my room, and it's hard. But like I think it's something that I want to instill. Like, yeah. Number three, what is my personality type? I'm definitely extroverted. Every single test I take is always extrovert. Every single measurement of extroversion and introversion, I'm like extrovert, like 99.9% of the time. And obviously, if I take like the MBTI test, or like not 16 personalities, because it doesn't really like show you your actual personality type, which is inaccurate. And so I don't trust 16 personalities, because after all the tests I took online, because I'm really confused, like people can get confused, like is this really me, or like are you like serious about what the internet tells you from the test, because like people self-type themselves, and usually for me I'm like I don't even know who I am. So I literally like went into Similar Minds, which is like a really good website for like personality disorders. Like if you want to test if you have it, like if you think you have those symptoms, and the test will tell you if you have it. Like it's pretty cool. Then there's the one I took, which is like the big five, and I got like ENTP, SCP, but then now I realized that since I have it all from 16 personalities, that I am like that. But now it's like I think they type me as ESFP, and honestly I feel like that's kind of like true for me. Like I have to stick with that because 16 personalities have never typed me as that, so I just gotta go with that. And I think, yeah, being extroverted, like, but even though I'm really social at times, I just think like extroversion means like it's not always that good, because I get like I already have schizophrenia, and it makes me very eccentric. Then when I kind of talk to people, or even through text, like I don't know how to really relate to them. So did I make time for myself this week? I always make time for myself, because right now I'm like, you know, just having time to myself. I don't really go to work at all. I just be at home, and basically be simple. I think I live a simple life. I'm really alone, I'll do something like singing or play Sims. That's basically sums up like what I really do, and like I listen to music. So I think that's really making time for myself. Am I making time for my social life? I don't really think so. I mainly like have online friends, but I went out with my mom yesterday, so it's like it's cool. What scares me the most right now, I think, uncertainty about the future, and like, yeah, I think the unknown scares me, and I have like thoughts where it's like intrusive and anxious, and it's like, what if something bad happens? So it's like something that, really terrifies me, but I'm glad it only lasts for a few seconds, that I can regulate it. So yeah. But I don't really get scared of panic disorders. I used to have panic episodes a lot, but now it's like I'm really glad recently that it went away. What is something I find inspiring? I find people very inspiring. Like, I can write down, like, not really lyrics, or maybe poems, because I don't really make my own songs anymore. I make beats, but I could make a poem about like people, and usually people like, people are complicated, and I would like to always like just think that people can inspire me to write down all my joy emotions about them. It's not necessarily about them, but it's like I'm just a perfectionist when it comes to relationships, and I get really affected by certain things, so I could just write things and about them, like, and then making a poem, but I usually delete it because I don't like to really write down things about like lyrics or about people, because I believe that that's energy in itself, and I don't like it at all. It's something really bad to do, honestly. What is something that brings me joy? My Winnie the Pooh brings me joy. When is the last time I gave back to others? I think that I don't have anything like money to give to others, but if it was like advice, or like even just asking someone how are you through text, I think that's something that, you know, I would consider giving back to others. What matters to me most right now, no matter how it matters to me the most right now, because I feel like this year has been the most like the worst year, because I feel like my brain doesn't usually go back to the past a lot, and certain things that I know from previous years has like came back to me, which like isn't good. Like, I'm definitely free of like dependency on saving pills, obviously, but the things that trigger me from previous years just came back, which is very random, and it's like really sudden. So this year hasn't been really treating me nicely, but yeah, I would wanna just really be here for myself, for my mental health, because it's really hard to like, like really kind of handle it at times, and it's like it makes me feel like it makes everything worse when everything's gonna be alright. Though I just try to convince myself that, or it'll just pass. So yeah. What's something I would like to do more often? Why? I would love to do more of like going out to do like work. I have freelance work, but I get like really lazy. But I feel like, like chasing more on my goals, because I still haven't really got where I want to go, and I'm more like waiting for things to happen. But because things aren't going my way, I'm like, I would want to be more specific in what I'm gonna like do in my life. What's something I would like to do less often? Why? I want to not really feel traumatized or depressed, which is a really like objective thing to say, but it's like I already know since young I have mood damage. Like, I have trauma. I probably had child trauma, which I kind of already forgotten. But since that, my condition of like discerning about the past, seeing the past, or hearing about what happened in the past, because obviously I still hear voices. I'm like, it's something that I don't want to really feel, because if I feel it, I'll feel it even worse. So I don't really want to feel like I am my trauma or I am my depression. I just feel like, oh, I'm gonna tell myself, okay, life sucks. Sometimes you gotta really gaslight things. Like, your depressions are getting better, then I'm gonna tell myself, if my depression is really bad, I'm gonna tell myself, like, like, I won't feel depressed, it will pass, something like that. Because it really just like, you gotta trick your mind into you believing that. I haven't tricked mine. It's more like I'm persevering. But I read somewhere you can really trick your brain into doing that. So it's like, that's cool. Because I feel like I can't really cure myself. What 3 words describe me best? I think my brother told me I'm caring. I don't really receive compliments from others, so I wouldn't really know. But I think if I describe myself, I'm really passionate and perseverant, because because I think that that's what I'm trying to be and what I really am. What keeps me awake at night? I think what keeps me awake at night, unless it's like related to waking up from my sleep, because I feel like I thought it was like insomnia, but I found out it was normal to like kind of wake up in your sleep, but it doesn't really affect me. But what really affects me at night is because I tend to wake up from dreams, and what I mean by this is horrible. I would hear voices in my dreams too, and then I wake up. Like last night, I heard a voice in my dream, and it was like really like, it's not clear. It's not like clear words. Like it was like really like mixed up, and then I was like woke up like confused, and I wasn't really like dreaming. Like, I don't really dream because I have personal disorders and I get really stressed out a day. And then I was like, it was always pitch black when I dreamt last night, and then I heard the voice. I woke up like, what was that about? You know. So I just feel like that's really what keeps me awake at night. Maybe besides intense emotions like feeling uncomfortable, I would just eventually fall asleep back. So how important is my physical health to me? I think it's really important because I didn't know that I was sick until I literally did a blood test, and I actually could feel and sense that I'm sick. Like if I look in the mirror, I would tell myself I'm really sick, right? And then I just did a blood test. What happened to my folate deficiency is that I'm really cured from it, but I think it's just the smallest things that you notice about your body changing could mean you're really physically sick. And I think it's true because I never lost so much hair in my life. So then I realized that blood test told me I have this deficiency, and I'm really happy. I think it's like I'm free from that. But I think, and I'm not even overweight anymore, obese. Like, my obesity was bad because I was on antipsychotics, and those drugs made me worse, like physically too. And I like literally was like morbidly obese. Because people can be obese and it's fine. Like they don't have any like severe like physical conditions, But I was obese. I had to go to the center to like check out, and I'm pretty sure it's because of my hypothyroidism. But about my like hormonal like balance was haywire, and now it's like I don't have it anymore because I clearly removed that factor about like antipsychotics like physically affecting me so bad. So I'm like, it's not really a concern to me, but like sometimes I dance for me. That's what really makes my body weight in check. How important is my mental health to me? I think mental health is always important. I think people always be like, distract yourself, That's what I do, but then like I realized that distraction is like not gonna ever really like fix you. Like you still will feel your feelings in randomly like throughout the day or like weeks or months or something, and it's really tough to deal with it, you know. And I think it's true that like eventually, like the Inside Out movie, especially Inside Out 2, like you will feel less joy when you get older. And I feel like that's for me, because I feel like I don't really get joy unless I look at something funny, which is like funny stuff really helps to boost your mood. But what I learned, but I think, you know, everybody's mental health is very fragile, but like never to hide emotions, let it out in a way that's good for you, like your hobbies. But yeah, I don't understand how like people say like depressions is just temporary and stuff and it can't cure me, but life's like really impossible to live in, but you still gotta keep going, you know. And I'm glad because I came a long way from being like suicidal, and you know, I'm just not like that now. Even though my health could be like still really rocky, I'm not like that anymore. I'm not gonna like think like my life is gonna be thrown away just because of some trigger that made me upset. You know, have I been holding myself back in any way? Yeah, I think my like lack of like goals and ambition, but right now I'm still like, you know, doing my life and, you know, like trying to like get what I really think I can get. Oh, sorry. Yeah, my things fall because like my house is really haunted. Oh, sorry. What obstacles get in the way of my happiness? I think being possessive and passionate is what really makes me very emotionally more affected, because like I'm a very like possessive person when it comes to like friends, you know, and I don't really like it. And obviously I've always been more closer to guys, you know, as I was growing up. And then I realized that if a guy mentions another girl, I'm like, that's not it, you know. And then obviously I'm on threads and people will be like, girls be like, that's all right for her, but it's like for me, it's unfair. Like you really, nobody, no guy should ever bring out a girl to me because I always like not like it, and then I'll be like, don't say that. And you know, and it's like it's fine. Like it's not fine by me because I still feel really affected. Like I think like, who is she? And like I just feel down about myself. I always think maybe I'm very affected by small little things, which is why I'm like alone, and I'm really glad I don't have anybody, because I simply can't tolerate myself with another person who would like kind of like bring up another person randomly. Like for me, it's not something I will tolerate with. It's not really necessarily a bad thing, but it affects me so much. So I feel like it's not really good for me, and I could feel happier, feel more worthy if I could just, you know, forget about like other people. I feel maybe comparison is in a way. I've always been really insecure of other people and myself because I didn't really don't believe in myself. So yeah, I feel maybe not believing in myself is also the way of, for me, being like happy or alright with myself. What are my greatest gifts? It's silly to think that my voice is my greatest gift, but it's true. I like to sing. I don't care if people say that I can't sing or I sing out of tune. Like I'm not a professional, so it's like even if I do sing out of tune, like I know, but like I myself, I'm not like perfect in my singing. But yeah, but then I silly found out that I could make beats, and I like making beats, even though it's all like from like different kind of like beats I make. I feel like it's still something that I feel like can make me feel like relaxed, make me feel scared, because what I'm gonna release in December is like there's two like scary beats that I made, and I feel like that's the thing I want to like give myself to. Like if I'm scared or something scary, and it's like it's cool, you know, and that beat was giving me like I'm gonna feel scared, you know, and it's cool because like that's gonna happen, but it's like that beat that I made is like a really scary beat. So yeah, and besides that, I'm like being alive is my greatest gift. What could I do to be happier? I think I'm already alright with myself. Like I don't need anything to make me happier. I'm already happy right now because I don't have any like troubles or concerns that make me, you know, like I'm really content. So yeah, these are all what the self-discovery questions are, and I really hope you guys take care, and I hope you guys have a good day and stay safe.